Take me to the water. Strong buzz in my mind. Take me to the water. Strong buzz in my mind. It's in my mind. Take me to the water. Strong buzz in my mind. Take me to the water. Strong buzz in my mind. It's in my mind. Take me to the water.
This is one of my favorite tools.
Strong buzz in my mind. Take me to the water.
In between the teeth and the bottom of the cage.
We'll go into the jerseys.
You don't want to put the jersey on now when I've got these bibs on now?
True. So let's go black jersey.
Nice having someone that rides,
Yeah, I know, right?
knowing how it works.
Oh yeah, what's sure.
It's also like, it's just what happens.
And also, I mean, we're 2 million quite a.
It's on a board, stuff like that. Yeah, it looks warped, like the spokes go like this and they curve.
No, it's that shallow drag that I was talking about. When you get it's like
Do one fast.
You need constant light and then flash. So when it goes out of the sea, the constant kind of makes all the.
Yeah.
So that's why it gets to be kind of slow. Let's just see. I mean, you know what? Take the bike off. Just do a couple of goes up on the greens like that, and then good. Yeah. Just like some of this, kind of actually go stand up to me. Kind of like.
Hi, bro.
Good, how are you, mate?
Good. Good to see ya.
It's a Red Bull, isn't it? Full fat. Full cream. Shredding.
How you feeling, dude?
Feeling okay. Yeah. Nerves are a little bit high, but I guess that's any race start. So, yeah. Unknown course. I think that's what I'm most nervous about. Last year's course was pretty gnarly, and they've just made it gnarlier. So, yeah.
Perfect, suits you.
So it suits me. Yeah, just no mechanicals. No mechanicals. It was a terrible year last year, but we'll get it. We'll get it. Yep, I've got my jetpack on. So yeah. Catch you later.
See ya.
race day. It started with a mass start and a 1 kilometer neutral zone, which allowed me to get through all these people who had been waiting for like half an hour at the start line, which is a bit crazy. Squeezed myself through and basically got to the front 10 or so people. The neutral zone ended and we kind of just stayed as a pack. I think everyone knew that 10 kilometers in there's a pretty gnarly climb. If I get my numbers correctly, it was like 18%. I think people were saving the legs. It was about here where I went over a tree root and lost bottle number 2, so that was not ideal. What did I have in my bottles, you might ask? Well, I had 95 grams of carbs and in each bottle the equivalent of 500 milligrams of sodium. So that's 4 500ml bottles. Here is the climb. Yes, you can probably hear how much effort I'm putting into these pedals. The gearing was definitely not set up well, and this is as light as I can go, as easy as possible. Double-edged sword with the gearing. I think without this gearing, I probably would have gone a lot slower and stayed with the pack, but no one else came with me on the attack, so I didn't really know where the group was or how long they would be. Although I did try and slow down, and I definitely debated whether or not to wait for the pack, but I figured if this is the first climb and there's 30 more climbs to go, I'll probably just send it in my own pace. So that's what I did. Managed to get to the top of the climb. I think Strava said I was 10th on this climb, and the rest were Roman Bardet and 8 other pros. I think climbing solo sucks. Doing 120 kilometers solo, that also sucks. Why that might suck, you ask? Well, it's a long time to be on your own, and you never know when the group is going to catch you, or if they'll catch you. It's pretty much just me and the lead motorbike, as you can see in front of here. There's quite a bit of dust left from his tracks. Was eating dust all day. These road sections, they were great. Like, we could just send it, and a lot of this was just in the last gear. The lead motor was actually super useful for situations like that, where I could just trust him that he was gonna close the road essentially for me, so I could cross. There was also marshals on every road crossing, but just having that extra person, an extra set of eyes just to look at oncoming traffic and tell me whether to go or not was really helpful. Over there was a pro, so that's the second pro. I passed one earlier who crashed out and looked pretty bad. And speaking of crashes, I was very close to crashing and ending up like these women down here. So they set off about 15 minutes earlier, and I'm not too sure how that chick is. I hope she's alright, but yeah, didn't really need to stop. There was 5 other girls there. So at this point it's about 40 k's in, still haven't seen anyone. These climbs just kept coming and coming and coming, and yeah, it was just a case of just sending it as hard as I could. Every time I looked around, there was no sign of the catching group. Then got to this very steep descent, which doesn't look too bad on the camp, but it was hella steep. The sides and middle were very soft, and loose rubble definitely made it a little bit more sketchier than it needed to be, and I'm sure the pros just zipped through that. Something to work on. Finally got to some single track, some very loose sand, which I think my best way of getting through that is just motoring on through, find a small gear and just keep the legs spinning. It's always going to be awkward no matter what. Even as a mountain biker, I hate those sections. Just where being alone in front is helpful, because I don't have to go on anyone who might have fallen off or squeeze through anyone else. After that extremely fun techie section, we get to the second aid station. I knew the next one was about 25k away. I was cramping and I needed some carbs. They filled up this bottle and I grabbed a few gels. It definitely was beneficial being the only one there. Then these 2 pros that I overtook came around, and I think they realized it's probably a good idea to stop as well. Thank you. That bottle was super useful. I think I pretty much just sprayed that all over me later on in the race just to stop cramps and tried to cool down. It got up to about 40 degrees today, so it definitely was a hot one. The wind just would not stop howling. I felt like every time I turned around it was just a headwind. Finally, we got the last 15 Ks here. I'm pretty much just cramping every 5 seconds. If I do something that's just out of the blue, like standing up or dodging a pothole, it was like an instant cramp. So it was just a case of nursing at home and bringing it to the finish. I kind of realized I had the win in the bag at this point. It was no chance I was going to get caught. The overall split was about 3 minutes between myself and the chasing pack, so I just needed to cross that line really. Finally into the finish chute, which was kind of empty. I don't know why I'm surprised that it was empty, because all the riders were behind me, I guess. Yeah, 3 hours 52.
Yes, brother. Thank you so much. Maybe next year I'll go pro.
Well, got to the, what is it, Hamilton climb? Yeah, and definitely got the wrong gearing for the day with a 34 rear cassette. And then that was the last I saw of anyone, so it was a bit of a solo day.
Mate, you're not alone there. Our elite women, they were solo for almost the entirety of the day. Nicole Freeman on the first climb. So that seems to be the reappearing pattern of today. You enjoy the spoils, mate. We'll see you again at 1 o'clock for the podium presentation. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Well, that was anticlimactic finish. No one's here. So I guess that's what happens when you come first. I'm going to cramp, so catch you later.
With a time of 3 hours and 52 minutes. He was over the line first. He grabbed me and he said, I think I'm first. Is anybody else come in with this number? And I said, mate, I don't know. I've been paying attention to the pros, but you are, I think. And we had a chat. And he said from the first climb, it was just on from the gun. He had a great ride, the man of the park up kit. And he found his way to the top step of the podium. Thanks for sticking around for the results, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your 19 to 29 men.
Oh, after.